Good afternoon. This is Sway TV, a show created for the youth by the youth. My name is Isaiah Parker, and today we're here with Chief Walker.
Thanks for having me.
Let's jump right into it. What made you want to be a police chief?
There are three things that happened in my life that make me want to be a police chief. The first thing was at the age of 15, I encountered a situation where there's some people doing some things they shouldn't have been, and I let the folks know I worked for at the time, I worked for McDonald's, that they were trying to steal some stuff out of the back of the truck. And so in doing that, they responded to deal with the guys that were trying to steal some stuff out of the back of the truck. Well, I left to go catch the bus to go home. These three guys saw me, I didn't hide myself. They followed me and they wanted to fight me. So I stood up for myself. Problem is, a police officer pulled up right next to us on the side of the street at the bus stop, and I had a stick in my hand, so it was me against three people. And he pulled his gun out and told me to drop his stick. He pointed the weapon at me. 15 years old against three people defending myself. Fortunately, a man stopped, got out of his car because he saw the whole thing, and he said something to me. All right, second thing, graduation day. I ended up going to the hospital with my mom after I graduated high school. She took me there to see my dad. My dad had been beaten by 8 police officers, Miami-Dade police officers, as a matter of fact, almost to death. He was on life support. So it was one of those things that, as a young man, I was angry and I didn't quite know what to do or how to respond. My blessing was my neighbor, the third thing. He was a police officer. He was a detective. His name was Mr. Hollinger. And Mr. Hollinger always would stop and talk to me about different things. And one thing he said to me was, no matter what you do in life, if you're going to deal with something, learn about it, know about it, and get involved. Otherwise, you're just sitting on the front porch in a rocking chair. So I decided, you know what? If I want to make a difference, I'm going to participate. I'm going to do everything in my power to change things. If I can't affect the entire profession, at least the place that I work at, I'm going to make a difference. So that's why.
Thank you for that. Sound interesting. Let's jump to the next question. How do you feel about Blue Lives Matter?
I don't really get into a lot of social media, right? So Blue Lives, and I recognize that there are different movements and they all serve their purposes. I am also a servant to the community. There are things that, as a human being, I have a particular feeling about. But as a father, it's more important to me that I know my kids are okay too. Blue Lives is a movement to bring light to the community about how law enforcement feels about some of the things that are going on, right? But as a black man and as a father, I have similar concerns as others. So I can't say I'm pro or con, I recognize that it exists. And that's really about it.
I feel you. How do you feel about police brutality?
It's wrong. So if there's truly a circumstance where that officer or officers are truly brutalizing an individual, because at the end of the day, we have a significant responsibility. We are the only profession in the United States of America that's authorized to take a human life at any given time. You have to take that very seriously. You don't draw your weapon just because. You better be sure about what you're doing. Are you protecting yourself or are you protecting somebody else? Brutality is wrong. It's like I said, what happened to my dad was wrong. There was no reason for 8 human beings to do what they did to him under the circumstances. And I've actually read the case report. So my thing is, we have to use this. I have to learn how to talk. I have to learn how to de-escalate. That doesn't mean that some people won't go to jail. That's not true, because sometimes it happens. But we have to really be clear about what our purpose is. Our purpose is to make sure that you're okay, or to figure out how we can resolve the issue, whatever that thing is. Sometimes it's okay to back down. I don't have a problem with it. If I'm not sure about a situation and then I feel like it could get out of hand, I tell people all the time, if you feel like, you ever heard the term, everything going south, that means it's going bad, then go north. Step back. Think about it for a second if you can. Now, life or death situation, in that moment, you're going to have to figure out, what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be okay, right? But police brutality is crazy and it's wrong. That's it.
What do you think about Black Lives Matter?
So I feel the same way, like I was talking about Blue Lives. I feel the same way. I understand it's an organization, it's a group, it's a movement. I don't have a problem with people having movements. My thing is come to the table with a solution. I get it. Don't stop. Just don't holler at me. Because I'm like, why are you talking at me? I didn't do it. I have police officers who go out here every day to protect people, and they do a dang good job. They really do. And they are, again, parents, fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, daughters, sons. They don't want anything to happen in the community either. There's just that those individuals who, for whatever reason, things happen. But I think it's important that as an organization, they're heard, and I think you and others can have that impact. You go through high school, you go through college, you can influence policy. That's why I like working for the University Police Department, because I can talk to students about how they can actually make a change moving forward, how they can affect policy, how they can themselves get to know the system, kind of like I've learned the system as a police officer, and make some serious changes. But at the end of the day, you're just hollering and tearing up stuff. What are you accomplishing? And I'm not saying that's what everybody's doing, but these things do happen. How is that going to help things long term? I don't know. But I'm willing to talk, and I'm also willing to look at how we do business and change it.
Thanks for your opinion. What would you want to see the world in 10 years?
More people like you in leadership positions throughout America. That's what I want to see.
Well, thank you again for coming in. This is Sway TV, again, a show created for the youth body. My name is Isaiah Parker, and we're here with Chief Walker.